Hi again, everyone. This time we'll be doing some twists. We're gonna get a little twisty so that we can mobilize the spine as well as open and stretch different parts of our bodies. So we'll start actually in a long lunge. You can bring your right leg forward. Now use this to kind of push your left leg back. You can kind of make the lunge a little bit longer than you normally would. Find where that's comfortable. Your front knee should be right over the ankle, keeping that straight. And then you can kind of sink into that back hip and lift your hand. Now the longer you reach here and the deeper you can sink, the more you're gonna stretch this front hip flexor and up into the psoas. This is a really hard muscle to stretch, so we have to be super intentional about it. So drop in, lift the chest, keep the core engaged, and gently twist toward the front leg. Now, I feel like I just squeezed the breath out of my lungs, so be careful. It's a very intense stretch when done correctly, but you're gonna feel that stretch deep past the abdominal wall into that psoas. You don't need a lot to get there. So just a gentle twist and breathe into that. Take a couple breaths here. We've got to enjoy it. Go ahead, return to center. Bring both your hands to the outside of your foot, and go ahead and tuck your back toe. We're gonna lift the back leg, pressing into the ball of the foot so we can really use that leg for support and power. And when you're ready, you can bring the hand to the thigh and lift the chest, kind of squaring it to that front leg. If that feels good, you can stay there, or you can reach all the way up, twisting, opening the upper back and that thoracic spine, squaring your chest toward the front leg. Now, if at any point it's a little too intense, just drop the back knee and focus on really opening the body to the right-hand side. Breathe here, letting your eyes kind of follow the fingertips, pressing out of the heel of the hand, really focusing on the mobility of the spine rather than the weight in the hand and the foot. Release. Let's try the other side. Oh, right leg back, left leg forward. I so needed this, I can tell. We start here. So come on up. Now, remember, knee over ankle, extending the lunge as you will, as much as you want for the back leg, before sinking in. Breathing. Inhale that arm up, reaching, feeling that little tiny arch in your back. You want to squeeze the butt still, but you can see if you can reach just a little bit more, and then twist. I don't feel it as much in this side, so I might want to reset and try again to just kind of sink down into it and then twist. Now that could also mean that your muscles aren't quite as tight on this side, and that's totally fine too. Just take it where it feels best for you. If it's helpful, you can even bring the arm across and leverage that twist just a little bit. Just try not to let the knee cave in. Keep it right above the ankle. Staying strong, you can even open the back arm if you choose. Do whatever feels good for you. Remember, this is about mobility of the spine. Loosening up those muscles that tend to get really tight when we sit or lounge or aren't as active as we normally are. One more breath here. And exhale, hands down to the outside of your front foot. Now remember, you can tuck the toes and lift the knee, or if it's more comfortable, you can keep the knee down. Find the ground under your foot and the heel of your hand, and when you're ready, hand to the top of thigh. Use that to leverage the chest open on this side. Remember to keep your hips lifted by pushing into the feet. We want to try to avoid letting the back knee sag and the hips sag. This is a powerful and strong pose. So lift here, and if you want, open the arm all the way up, reaching as high as you can, breathing as fully as you can. Even when we twist, The lungs should still be open, ready to receive all of that oxygen that we've got for it. Remember, push out of the hand, focus on the opening rather than the weight in your stabilizing position. Couple more breaths here. And release. We have one more set of movements. So scooch your right foot in, keep your left foot forward, and hook it over your knee. Now anchor both hips down fully. Both hips should be on the ground. This one might lift up when you cross this leg over. It's really important that you pull it back down. If you can't do it here, bring your foot here. Yes, well done. So go ahead and wherever you are, anchoring both hips down, making sure the ball of the foot is also on the floor. Those are your connection points. You can hug the knee in, inhaling the spine long, making sure you're sitting up nice and tall, and then extend the twist, either by looking over your back shoulder, opening up the hands behind you, or even leveraging the twist by hooking your elbow here and pushing back. Make sure you take your chin with you over that shoulder to maintain a neutral spine throughout the stretch. Breathe as slowly and fully as you can. Continue that breathing, filling the lungs and letting your body really relax into the stretches. They'll start out feeling pretty tense, but by the end of each, you should feel pretty stretched. Use your breath to help you with that. One more breath here. And release. Let's try the other side. Go ahead and uncross, recross, remembering that you can come here if you can't keep both hips anchored by crossing over. So you choose where you're most comfortable. Anchoring down, hooking the arm around, pulling the knee in and sitting really tall. And exhaling to twist, looking behind you. Remember your options of opening the arm, hooking the leg, leveraging the leg, whatever you need. Maintaining that tall posture, neutral spine position, and keeping your breathing even. One more breath here. Relax. Bring both feet in front of you and just kind of shake out the legs a little bit. We have one more twist to release our lower back. So go ahead and come to the side. Laying down. Oh my gosh, adjust however you need to. And arms out to a T. Bracing the belly to lift knees just above hips. You're gonna fall to one side, letting the knees come all the way down to the floor. Now here, relax as much as you can. Anchor your back shoulder down and feel the release across the low back and the hips. Letting all the air go, stabilizing through the upper body so your lower body can twist fully. If you need a little bit more intensity, you can extend the top leg long or even leverage the leg a little bit. Never to the point of pain, just to a little bit more intensity here, if that feels good. One more breath here. Tuck that knee in, bring the knees back to the top. Try not to let the back shoulder rise. Little ab workout for you too. And we're gonna do it to the back. So recenter, reset, and slowly drop the knees to the back as well. Remember, let go completely. Anchoring the front shoulder now. You can even keep your gaze on the fingers of the back arm, this arm. so that you're getting that full twist. Remember to surrender completely through the low back so that you can really feel that stretch, that release. And if you need a little bit more, you can always lengthen the leg. You can leverage the leg with your hand or the bottom of your bed, whatever works, just to intensify that release a little bit more. Should feel a nice long stretch from the top of the hip to the outside of the knee, and a really good release through the low back and hips. One more breath here. Tuck the knee in, lift the knees up. You can grab behind your thighs to roll up. Should feel pretty good and released now with those twists. Just a little thing to keep us going and keep us mobile and keep us mindful of the muscles we use even when we're not using them the same way that we would. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day and that you come back often for more stretching.